the best.
What are you looking at?
You're dead, man!
Fight. In.
I forgot he's black. He's gonna die. Oh,
Gangsta. I don't want to waste your time. Let's get straight into it.
Niggas in my butthole. Niggas are.
So our first beef is between our goated MC Nico East, who is essentially the Helen Keller of assassins, called the Twilights. No, like genuinely, he's the Helen Keller of assassins. And this 7'1" melanated, swole, titanic, brolic man right here. This man is setting my race back 1,000 years. Why does this man have a literal chain around his neck? Someone please tell this man is bad for business. Anyways, him and a couple of other thugs start pressing this doctor, asking the whereabouts of this little girl. And I want you to hear what this man says.
Cute little cupcake. You can tell she gonna be a fine piece of ass soon.
This man starts going cuckoo crazy ballsack rage because she already got swooped up by Nico East, so he decides to take his anger out on his colleague, slamming this dude's head into the wall, giving him a bigger dent than young boy's gargantuan ass forehead.
Yes, Troy. Why can't you guys do nothing right?
Anywho, he fixes his gaze to Nico East and just absolutely starts flaming him to no avail, picking on his height, his hairline, how he gets no play, how he smells like absolute shit. Burns_1. And he's just taking it, throwing up gang signs like my N-word. This is not a Tupac music video. He starts walking up on him, letting him know he'll only last 3 minutes, but Big Boy does not take this lightly. They begin to duke it out with Big Boy sprinting with pure anger. I know nothing is going up in that peanut-sized brain of his. He fires a punch only for Nico East to throw an ender pearl in the sky, showing us his back scars like, yes, my N-word, we see the scars. I promise, people just be flexing and brandishing the most random things known to mankind. He kicks him in the face, making him have a 5-course meal mukbang with the ground, and his lackeys are genuinely spooked. And I would be too if a dude just teleported in the air and rocked my shit, sending me to have a makeout session with the concrete.
Ooh, you little crap. I know this is a hate crime. I just know it. Black power.
On the sidelines, Dr. House tells Nina to go inside and keep her innocence as she goes to do so. But then these losers start chasing after her, ending up getting injected with coma-inducing fentanyl. He ends up revealing his stockpile of more syringes, which spooks them. Brother revealed that shit like a random crackhead at 7-Eleven trying to sell you mystery meat. Do not eat that shit, bro. I know from first hand. Oh shoot, I speak too much. Nico starts chatting it up with Dr. House on the sidelines mid-fight, which enables Big Boy to almost get the drop on him, but Nico parries with the sheet, still getting sent flying.
What did I tell you? Black power.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy's kind of powerful. It's time to get serious.
As Nico's getting chastised for causing mass property damage, the Big Boy starts ripping off a pipe from the wall. Like, yo, what's up with this dude grabbing random things, bruh? Next thing you know, he's gonna grab a shiny glizzy and undercut it at him. He swings mindlessly, but Nico divides that thing in half. Shout out to the Go Moses. Him and Nico go back and forth, trading permanent muscle indentations for CTE. Like, anime niggas are not real, bruh. Like, they could survive a nuke being dropped on their craniums and walk out being like,
Hey, let's get serious.
like, nigga, no! He tries running in, attempting to do this futile ass Michael Jackson spin move and gets his shit denied. Like, bro, what were you trying to do, broski? They finally finish off the fight with both of them leaping into the air with Nico slashing his chest.
Don't forget, Q-Swirl 999 and Black Power.
Shut your bitch!
Not gonna lie, I feel so horrid for this man, cause not only did he get publicly embarrassed by a deaf nigga with a katana, he walked back to his headquarters with 5 hearts left on his HP bar and got slimed out for losing. What? Alright, so these rich and wealthy Roblox teens are in a shootout with this unknown gang. So this mysterious Rastafarian boy cosplaying as a weeping child pops out the cut.
Yo, kid, it's dangerous in these streets. Take your sweet ass back home.
Oh shoot, watch out!
What are you looking at?
You're dead, man!
You're good, but that don't mean you can play in my league.
Tell them to bring me my money.
The Rastafarian goat, my son, Dougal B.
What the fuck did you just say about my son Dougal B, nigga?
Has arrived. Doug goes off elsewhere to penetrate their forces, sneaking up on a couple of other lackeys.
Hey kid, what are you doing here?
Yo, what's good?
Yo, bro, do not go out to a kid that looks like Nightfall from Skylanders.
Wait, what? Doug dashes in, pulling off this crazy spin move before getting denied by Monroe. Yo, I loathe dreadheads, bro, cause why do they... Why does everything they have to do be so stylish, bro? Fuck me! Nico, East, and Warwick are in an alleyway just strolling when Nico uses his genetically enhanced sense of smell to come to the discovery of dead bodies presumably murked by Doug O.B. Doug, being posted up on a building trying to gain and collect all style points known to mankind, just starts genuinely frying this dude to no avail.
Your haircuts weak, your shoes weak, your pants. Let your nuts breathe, bruh. You got money the Trump way, and you're a woman repellent.
Then after spitting straight rhymes at Danny, he leaps off the building and begins decimating his entire team. I feel terrible for these poor souls. These two simpletons are watching the massacre from afar until they get ran up on Warwick, the GOAT, and Nico East. Firstly, Nico sends this dude back to the lobby, then this other dude gets no scoped by Warwick, and Warwick's gonna shove the gun down this man's throat.
I forgot he's black. He's gonna die. Oh, he's black.
We teleport back to the previous massacre where Danny and his men watching their 9s, 6s, 3s, and 12s for Doug O.B. He manages to get behind Danny going for the kill shot, but the Sephiroth lookalike takes the blow for him. This dude's just got a whole bunch of meat munchers on his squad. Because why are you putting your life on the line for a dude who will just replace you in 5 minutes after you die? Like, are we forgetting this dude has fat racks? Unlimited Robux. Too much cash in his jeans and way down in his pants. As Doug and Danny are talking smack, Nico throws an Ender Pro behind Doug and attempts to gojo this man's head off. They start off their duel on the rooftops, getting a feel of each other's powers on some DBZ timing. Meanwhile, these other dudes that Doug attempted to take off the map start placing bets on who's gonna win. Bro, gambling is so prominent in real life and in anime. It's honestly crazy, bro. You'll see millionaires throw their lives away just for some nigga butt token. Doug gets pushed back but counters with a forward kick that does nada to Nico. He charges in and they clash a couple of times, shoving Doug onto the ground where he continues to bait him. He's gonna pull off some high-tech nigga acrobatics, but Nico was on timing and is not letting him escape. He tries a kick to the face, block. Nico attempts to fruit ninja him, but he does a backflip of some sorts to evade. They're gonna continue to go back and forth with the spectators in just absolute awe. Unk staring at the bat like he just saw a fat ass or something. And this is where they really begin to augment their pace. So keep up. Doug's gonna come on the offense, relentlessly attacking. He decides to jump away and put Nico on the defense, continuously chasing after him. He flips over and they go back and forth, slicing and dicing. He goes for an outer swing, slicing off some of Doug's dreads. I know the TikTok dread heads are in shambles right now. He launches his jacket as a diversion, springing into the air and beaming 8 knives straight at Nico, hitting and tagging all of his pressure points. And the average human would wonder, why is Bo completely unfazed by this? Well, in this universe, there's a thing called Celebrate, and it's basically crackhead strength transported to anime. Nice little TED talk. Doug dives in going after Danny, but gets intercepted by Nico, crashing into a pile of garbage, and I can bet my entire life that those bags are filled with only deceased carcasses. He bitch slaps him into a remote building. He's gonna charge back out, Mario jumping onto the walls and once again retreating back to the rooftop.
Yo, not gonna lie, I gotta master my moveset real quick. Okay, X, X, B, X, B, X, down, X, Y, Y, X, Y, X, Y, R. I'm good.
Him and Doug have a little Mexican standoff, waiting for someone to pull down their pants and start thug shaking. Before that can happen, Warwick tries to activate Team Takeover and join in on the fight. Buddy, how do we tell you this? This is a 1v1 only. Back off! They still continue their fate on the ground with Doug finally picking up that this guy is not a regular. What the hell are you thinking, bro? Don't tell me you—
Alright, now it's time to use Y.
He comes from the top rope, shattering his sword and almost taking him off the mat. But then the fight gets interrupted by these two book talk girlies. Who end up just neutralizing both of them like they're animals. So Warwick, Alex, and a couple of other associates pull up to this club called Bastard. And you know, they're looking spiffy, looking clean, looking fresh. I hope you're staying fresh like them. You know, smelling good, all of the above. Everyone meets up with each other and catches on about life and whatnot. We shift to Nico East, S is flexing on the tower like Sun Jin-woo, like, yes, brother man. We see the moderately curved katana just perched up on top of the building like a dang gold thug. Speaking of thugs, these thugs start sprinting for their lives from something, but Nico is able to sniff them out using his enhanced sense of smell. I smell 3 single moms, 4 fathers that never stepped up, and a tier 3 asthma dude. Ugh, what a wretch. I can't believe we let people like them and Jason Bates roam the earth freely. Anyways, we cut to this mysterious negroid walking in the alleyway while some thugs I previously mentioned start running away. This short-haired girl talks about the massacre that's about to transpire, seeing these Twilights bullying these poor people for absolutely no reason, just putting a horrid image on Twilights. Now when a redneck hillbilly shotguns you to the chest because he thinks you're gonna try to butcher his family and cows, don't say nothing. Before this poor mom and child can get sent to an Epstein meet and greet, the two brothers swoop in protecting them and asserting dominance. And amidst all the chaos that is taking place and yet to take place, Alex gets assigned to sing for the entire club. And when I tell you this soundtrack had a brother grooving, dancing, gyrating with glee and fulfillment, I mean it. Listen to the music. And it's such a shame that this song isn't on Spotify, but it's on Apple Music. Like, what? Yes, me and you know that Spotify is exponentially greater. Anyone who disagrees with me, I hope the next time you bite into a sandwich is filled with toenail clippings and pig testicles. Also, I forgot to mention, while Alex is singing her heart and soul out, Nico East and Warren are just being the monkey cocking balls out of these thugs like they encounter viral Pokemon. After that, we witness these two thugs on a building overwatching the city as a woman with white hair unsheathes her blade. And in anime, when a white haired character either takes off a blindfold or unveils something, you know they're about to go crazy. Alex concludes her singing, and her and the boss chat about how her mom was a former pop star for this very club they're in, until this crazed man starts tweaking and suddenly murders his bystander. Yo bro, where my Robux at? You owe me 25k. You're one broke ass dude. Can't even buy 25k Robux. It's only $87. And I know you're money laundering, good for nothing, sneaky, greedy, and pathetic, forgetful thug self has more than 80 bucks to spare. Then out of nowhere, everyone started upping poll, but it was hastily shut down by Marco. No, not that Dumbo pineapple from One Piece. Marco! The boss starts pressing the crazed man like crazy, saying he looks like Goofs, and how his wife is a book talk girl that likes reading about 9'4" dominant werewolf hybrids pounding a 5'1" submissive prostitute. He ends up sprinting away because he knows all this is true, but gets halted and disemboweled by this prestigious schoolboy looking midget. But not only that, he steals this dude's chain. What? Everyone just starts going into a frenzy, vacating the premises and running for their dear lives while he executes more poor Twilights. We starting to fight and the kid goes up high for a descending kick that shit out of here. He moves in trying to ground pound him like DK, but he's elegantly weaving until he gets brutalized by a furious right cross. Or so you thought. This frail ass kindergartner stopped this grown man's punch with one hand. Yo, server mods, do something. He's clearly hacking. Marco comes in and uses his ropes to spin him like a paraplegic Beyblade and tosses him aside. They both get serious and continue the brawl, chasing him down for missing terribly. Chase down artist badge must be on broads, cause holy cow! He pulls up with a speedy two-piece and evades a wave of chairs thrown at him, posing in the air trying to get those extra style points, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna leap into the air and him and Margo prepare a wombo combo, almost pulverizing the kid, but that was led up to an assault by Marco, slamming him into the ground. They restrain him and the white-haired chick I previously mentioned pulls up. Like, bro, why do these white-haired bastards all have the same poses? Anywho, she wastes zero time, instantly dashes at Marco, almost cutting through his defenses. One swing got bro panicking, oh nah. The kid tries to pummel him with a viper kick, but big boy shuts his head down and takes the full force. Marco genuinely cannot contend with her. She's in a whole different league of power and skill. Lord shoots off other flares to alert comrades nearby. We cut back, and yeah, they got back up so quickly. Holy cow. The boss pulls up and fires a couple of shots, saying she's gonna blow her brains out. And not even 3 seconds after saying that, she gets her gun fruit ninja and immediately behinds Alex. She's fake demons, bro. She walks up on Alex and puts a sword to her neck. And girl, this is not the time to be hitting the Facebook Mannequin Challenge in 2025. You're about to die. And at first, I thought this fight was going to be so one-sided with Nico dominating both of them, but he ends up getting double teamed and almost killed. Until my son, Dougu, pulls up with this red hair chick saving his life, and as soon as they pull off, they back off and leave. ending the Bastard Club incident.
Buff net niggas just for some hot butts.
You know, one of the things that really grinds my gear about this anime, which is crazy because after watching it, I put it in my top 10, is that it's incomplete. The studio 10 years ago that was animating it went bankrupt, and ever since, no studio has decided to pick up this anime. They don't see the potential for real. Not to mention that Kosuke is high-key inconsistent, but I don't blame her. Matter of fact, why am I talking? But she is suffering and battling a lot of diseases, so I understand. Kosuke, if you do happen to see this, I pray for you to come back stronger and healthier. I don't know why she doesn't have a predecessor like Toriyama, rest in peace to the go, or like a team that can assist her, but maybe I just don't know how it works. And it makes me so mad because they introduced this tough ass group. Looks like your average Playboy Cardi fans. The lore behind them is pretty interesting too. They had this whole final war-esque thing, and that is interesting, but I cannot cover it because it's incomplete. And it's really saddening because so many people were putting BTA. Like, Warwick was out here pulling off light Yagami strats to combat one of the strongest members of the Destroyers. Like, a lot of stuff happens, like my son Doug will be passing. No! Rest in peace to the Rastafarian savage himself. You will be missed. Anyway, I truly hope all that watched enjoyed, and I hope this vid possibly made your week, day, or month better. Make sure to like and subscribe so we can beat my rival no-ass XZ in subscribers. I obviously don't feel like you have to. Leaving a like is perfectly fine with me. Follow all my socials, link in description. Make sure you guys are not listening to Ride Wave and Polo G on a daily basis. You're infecting your eardrums and aura with utter trash, garbage, rubbish, and caca. Instead, listen to some real man's music. Don't let a certain YouTuber I said this. I love you all. Stay fresh. Nah, this is valid. Hey, hold on.
You stupid!
Psych!